Hi there, Jamie here from the Center for Aligned Living. This is take 3, if I'm going to be completely frank with you. I started a couple videos and I think I'm a little distracted and I don't want to be reactive, so they would just started to go down a rabbit hole that I'm not willing to go into, and I'm not going to force you all to go with me on that journey. So I stopped and I recalibrated myself, and here we are again. And hopefully, in the next few minutes, we can all learn something from my experience that I just had. So, what was my experience that I just had? I was living externally for a moment. I was not aligned. I was thinking about a situation that recently happened, and so I was preoccupied with the past, okay? It's not now. And I know that this is kind of normal and we can learn from these things, but when you're trying to focus on something else, like your children or your job or whatever it is, you cannot be somewhere else and give it 100%. So, you know what I'm going to suggest. I am going to suggest align first, okay? Because if you are living aligned, and aligned to what, Jamie? Well, I'm glad that you asked. Let me tell you. Aligning to your source. And you can call it whatever you want. It can be Jesus. It can be universal life force energy. It can be goddess. It could just be your spark. Whatever it is. It's whatever you want to call it. It's the same in everyone, no matter what you call it. That spark, that inner voice, your inner guidance, that's what we need to absolutely be aligned to, not anything external, not your job, not money, not another human being. It's not fair to that person to make them, think of it as like the center of your universe. Is it really fair to make someone else or anything else? Is it fair to you to align to that and make that the center of your universe? Not if you want to live a whole life. So, align to what is within you. Your source, your energy, okay? So, I was a little out of line. And there's degrees, you can be like completely off the rails, or you can be the complete opposite direction and just be like, oh man, I'm so in tune, I'm plugged in, and things are flowing, and everything is just beautiful right now. That is the sweet space. That is where we want to, that's where I aspire to live, and it's not always easy. Just like today, I started out slow. But what happens, another benefit, it's just endless. And when you're aligned, you move from having emotional reactions to having conscious responses. Okay? Emotional, consciousness, reaction, response. Okay? And how do we do that? How do we do it? Well, first of all, you go within. And second, you observe. You become aware, consciousness, you pay attention, you're conscious of what you're feeling. You're like, ooh, this feels really good, or ooh, this feels really bad. And so you observe it neutrally. Try to be as neutral as possible. Sometimes it's really difficult if you're in a heated moment, even both directions, okay, good and bad. Sometimes you can be so hopped up on, life or whatever that, it's a little nutty, right? And that's a good nutty. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just energy that's coming out of you. In this situation, it's coming out of you in more like joy. And the opposite way, it's probably coming out in fear and anger and all those other things. So, just paying attention to your emotions, to the situation, and just being gentle with yourself and with others. Especially with others, especially with yourself, both. It's important for both. It's important to be gentle and to understand that we all are here for the same reason, and that is to evolve, okay, and to grow and to learn. Here on Earth School, we're supposed to learn something. A lot of people just play like they did in school. I kind of played in school, and shame on me for that, I guess, but that's where I was. But since then, I've learned a lot. I've got a college degree. I had a business, I've sold real estate, I've done lots of things, right? Everybody has their own path. Everybody has their own experiences, and everybody has their own lens that they look through. But through living aligned, You can, you can change your lens. You can change your perspective, okay? You can look through the eyes of compassion on other people, and that is an absolute game changer. Living aligned and paying attention and being neutral to, you know, like all the things that come up. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge others. It's super, super hard to do, I know, because we're all in the habit. That's what we do out in, you know, the ego and the world and pain body, whatever you want to call it. When we're living externally, that's what we do. So you got to bring it in. Bring it into yourself. That's the sweet spot. That's the sweet life. And it becomes easier and easier and easier. It was so simple for me just to realize where I was a few moments ago and be like, okay, I'm going to give these folks crap. And so I needed to step away for a moment, take some deep cleansing breaths, you know, whatever works for you, whether it's go for a run, play with your animals, meditate, breathe, just do something to shift your awareness to something else, bring it back in, and you know, go back after it. Okay, so here I am again. I aligned, and I'm feeling much better, much more neutral and not reactive. And this is just another benefit, like I said, about living aligned. Now, if you need help, if you need some guidance, and we all do, I've got people that I call. I get stuck, and so I call a friend. I call, you know, what do you call them? Comrades. Somebody who is in the field of what I do, and I tell them what's going on, and then we can relate to one another, and they can give me a different perspective. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Usually it's really just a matter of getting out of your own way. You make a choice to live a certain way. I've made a choice to have conscious living, right, and spiritual alignment, and that is what this entire video series is about and what my workshops are about, and I'm very excited, and it's really not that hard. We can do it. You can do it, okay? I don't ever, ever, ever want you to think that you are stuck. Now, choices. Sometimes you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? You've heard that saying before. And, you know, the choices don't look good. I had to tell this to one of my clients one day. It's like, yeah, the choices are shit, really. Just putting it out there. But have you thought of this alternative? Which was even worse. And they were like, no way. I'm like, then, okay. Choose between A and B. And then we're going to go from there, okay? And you're never alone, never ever alone, because we're all in this together. I know that people say that all the time, and especially with COVID, that came out. We're in this together. Well, I don't believe it when they say it, but I believe it on a different level. I believe that we are all the same. We are all from the same source, and someday we're going to go back there. We don't know what day. We're not going to go until our experience is done here. And until then, we're all participating in this other reality. And it's just a matter of how much do you want to let it impact your health and well-being. Okay? There's a lot of great things that this world offers. A lot of great things. Okay? Tune into those. And do what you can about the other part. But don't point your finger trying to get somebody else to change to make your life better. We need to take responsibility for ourselves, become accountable, and own who we are and where we're at and our decisions that we're making going forward. It can be a new day. It always is a new day. It's a new moment, right? Just recalibrate. If you find yourself off track, get back on track. Do whatever it takes, you know, to get yourself back aligned, or at least closer, right? Closer to the center. And if you're having trouble, call somebody. Phone a friend. Reach out to us. I offer group sessions, individual sessions, and it's surprising how, in just one session, how much of an impact it can make. If you just have somebody else to talk to bounce ideas off of, tell tell you where you're at, and go from there. And just with gentle guidance and suggestions, you can feel what resonates with you and make decisions on that. But the key is getting yourself into alignment, staying there as much as possible, and knowing when you're not there, okay? Try not to make great big decisions when you're not there. Bring it back in. Rein yourself in. Rein it in, sister. Anyway, well, I hope you got something from this video. It's a little bit shorter than normal, but that's okay. You don't always have to sit here forever. Yeah, it's fall. We're getting some cloud cover out there. Super happy about that. I hope that you all are having beautiful weather wherever you are. And if you're having a rough day, just know that everything is temporary. Okay? It's going to pass. If you're having some negative emotions, that's just going to, just let it flow. Okay? Something new is coming. It always is. One thing you can guarantee, it's going to change. So, we're all here. We're all in this together. And I just hope that you take the steps, and I hope you gain something from this video, and I will see you again back here very, very soon. All right, take care. Bye-bye.